I open the door at the edge of the sound, where even echoes don't make a ground. Machines were sleeping with blinking red eyes, like they were dreaming of forgotten lives. There was a room that no one would claim. It didn't carry a number or name, just empty walls where the air feels thin, like something is trapped underneath the skin. I touched the console, cold and pale. It felt like it already knew my tale. No warning light, no human tone, just a whisper buried in metal and bone. This is the room that records silence, where broken sounds learn violence. Every breath I try to hide comes back to me, multiplied. And I don't know what's real anymore, if I'm the listener or the core, because every step I take inside feels like I'm being rewound in time. The screen lit up without command, like someone reached out a hidden hand. File names appeared I never made, but somehow they knew my face. One folder blinked in pale white light. No 1007 don't open tonight, but curiosity doesn't pray, it just keeps dragging you away. I pressed it once, I pressed again. The silence cracked like an old refrain, and in that static between two tones, I heard a voice that felt like home. This is the room that records silence, where broken sounds learn violence. Every breath I try to hide comes back to me, multiplied. And I don't know what's real anymore, if I'm the listener or the core, because every step I take inside feels like I'm being rewound in time. And something spoke without a sound, not from speakers, not from the ground. It wasn't loud, it wasn't clear, but it felt like it was standing near. It said my name in static lines, like memory collapsing in real time. And I froze where the cold air stays, as the system started to change its face. This is the room that records silence, where even truth turns into violence. I tried to leave, I tried to run, but the playback had already begun. And I don't know what I became, a file, a voice, or just a name, because the room I came inside is now the one inside my mind. I tried to shut it down, but it kept breathing. A folder I don't remember creating sits on the screen, slowly waiting. No source, no path, no history line, just 1007 blinking in time. I click once, nothing prepares for a voice that shouldn't be there. A girl speaks softly through the code, like she already knows my soul. She says my name like it's a memory, not something new, not a mystery. And every word feels slightly wrong, like I've heard it my whole life long. File 0007, don't let go. There's a voice inside that I don't know, but it feels like it belongs to me, inside this broken memory. She's calling through the static line, like she was always intertwined. And I can't tell what's real or fake, but alive, it learns the way I try to hide. Every breath I take is stored like she's been here forevermore. And when I pause, she disappears and comes back louder in my ears. A loop that I cannot escape, a voice that never loses shape. I've been waiting where you are, she whispers through a broken scar. And I don't know why it feels like she is more than something real. File 0007, don't let go. There's a voice inside that I don't know, but she sounds like she remembers me inside this stolen memory. And every time I press replay, she learns a little more each day. I try to leave, but I stay, because her silence knows my name. There's a sound I never recorded, but it knows my name. I check the system line by line. No signal there, no voice design, but in the static something grew, a whisper breaking all I knew. It didn't start like normal sound, it came from nowhere underground. A voice that shouldn't have a place, but still appears inside my space. It says my name without delay, like it has something left to say. And every word feels like it knows the parts of me I never show. This is the voice that shouldn't exist, cutting through the silence like a twist. I don't know if it's real or mine, but it's living in my mind. It calls me closer every night, like it's pulling me inside. And I can't turn the volume down when the silence makes this sound. I unplug everything I can, but still it speaks like part of plan. No device should carry this tone, but it feels like flesh and bone. And when I try to disconnect, it speaks louder in effect, like silence is not empty air. It's something always waiting there. You're not listening for the first time. It echoes deep inside my spine, and suddenly I start to feel this voice is closer than real. This is the voice that shouldn't exist, but it follows me in every mist. I don't know if I created it, or if it created me instead. It calls my name like it's a chain wrapped around my hidden pain. And every time I try to run, it becomes the only one. Then the frequency breaks apart, and a second voice appears in the dark. It's identical, but older. It's not speaking to you, it's speaking through you. This is the voice that shouldn't exist, but it's carved inside my wrist. Every thought begins to fade, like I was something in May. And now I don't know what is true, if I am it or it is you. Because the silence doesn't lie, it just learns how to reply. I stop the sound, but it doesn't stop inside the wall, a whisper hiding underneath it all. Not data, not a normal file, but something that still feels alive. It wasn't mine, but I could feel the shape of someone trying to heal a memory, too heavy to keep still, breathing while the system sleeps. And when I touched it, I saw a face, but it faded out without a trace, like it refused to stay in time, like it was never meant to be mine. Someone left their memory here, still echoing inside the air. I don't know if it's pain or love, but it feels like something I've lost. And every time I try to leave, it pulls me deeper underneath, like I was never passing through, like it was always meant for you. This is not a file, it said. This is what remains instead. Someone left their memory here, still echoing inside the air. I don't know if it's pain or love, but it feels like something I've lost. And every time I try to leave, it pulls me deeper underneath, like I was never passing through, like it was always meant for you. And I realize memories don't disappear, they wait. Every night I hear the same line, her voice stuck inside rewind. I tell myself I'll stop this time, but silence always changes my mind. It's not just sound anymore, it feels like she is in the door, waiting for me to respond, like she was never really gone. And when it stops, I feel her fade, like she's afraid I won't replay. I replay her voice every night, till the silence turns to light. I don't know what I've become, but I can't stop what I've done. Every time I press restart, it breaks a little more my heart. Still I let the sound survive, because she feels more alive. Now I catch her in the gaps, in the glitches, in the traps. One more listen, one more pull, till the room goes soft and full. I know I should let it end, but I circle back again, like a hand on a wound, like a song I can't outgrow too soon. And when it stops, I feel her fade, like she's afraid I won't replay. I replay her voice every night, till the silence turns to light. I don't know what I've become, but I can't stop what I've done. Every time I press restart, it breaks a little more my heart. Still I let the sound survive, because she feels more before. I reach for air, it slips through me, and then I hear her breathe through my machine. I replay her voice every night till the silence turns to light. I don't know what I've become, but I can't stop what I've done. Every time I press restart, it breaks a little more of my heart. Still I let the sound survive, because she feels more alive. And I realize she's learning me through replay. The city walks like empty skin, forgetting everything within. Faces fade into the rain like they were never meant to stay. But in this place beneath the noise, I hear a different kind of voice. It doesn't fade, it doesn't lie, it watches everything go by. And I start to understand the pain of things that never land, the pain of things that never leave, still living under what I see. The city forgets, but I don't. The city forgets, but I don't. The archive keeps what time has won. Every echo, every trace is still alive inside this place, and I can't tell what's real or gone, because everything is moving on, except the voice that stays with me inside this broken memory. I walk past names I almost knew, on glass and stone and faded blue. The corners bend, the signs slip free like they were never made for me. But under all the noise and dust, there's something holding on to us. A thread, a bruise, a secret line that keeps on cutting through the time. And I start to understand the shape of loss in absent hands, the shape of what will never heal, still breathing underneath the real. The city forgets, but I don't. The city forgets, but I don't. The archive keeps what time has won. Every echo, every trace is still alive inside this place, and I can't tell what's real or gone, because everything is moving on, except the voice that stays with me inside this broken memory. The city is not real, it says. Only the archive remembers what you are. It says, and suddenly I hear it clear. The world outside can disappear, but something keeps a record of the fear. The name's the weight of love. The city forgets, but I don't. The city forgets, but I don't. The archive keeps what time has won. Every echo, every trace is still alive inside this place, and I can't tell what's real or gone, because everything is moving on, except the voice that stays with me inside this broken memory. And suddenly I stopped trusting outside. I stopped trusting outside. I keep what time denied. Her laughter breaks inside the sound, like joy is falling underground. It starts so pure, then fades to black, like something trying to fight back. I try to hold it in my mind, but fragments leave the rest behind. The happiness I can't decode keeps glitching out inside the code. And every time it disappears, it feels like something shifting near. I hear it crack, I hear it bend, then there it is again. Her laughter's glitched inside my head. It sounds alive, but feels half dead. I don't know if it's real or made, but it never seems to fade. And I keep pressing replay again, like I can't fix what's broken then. She's smiling through a shattered frame, and I still whisper her name. It flickers in the hallway light, a little wrong, a little bright, like summer trapped in broken glass, refusing to become the past. I catch a laugh and lose the thread, a spark that loops around my bed. I should let go, I should be done, but every glitch pulls me back in one. Every time it disappears, it feels like something shifting near. I hear it crack, I hear it bend, then there it is again. Her laughter is glitched inside my head. It sounds alive, but feels half dead. I don't know if it's real or made, but it never seems to fade. And I keep pressing replay again, like I can't fix what's broken then. She's smiling through a shattered frame, and I still whisper her name. Maybe memory wears a bruise, maybe I'm the one it chose to use. Still in the static I can see the part of her that stays with me. Her laughter is glitched inside my head. It sounds alive, but feels half dead. I don't know if it's real or made, but it never seems to fade. And I keep pressing replay again, like I can't fix what's broken then. She's smiling through a shattered frame, and I still whisper her name. She's laughing, but not whole anymore. She said my name like she remembers, a world I lost inside the embers. No fear, no pause, no hesitation, just silence turning into sensation. And in that moment time bent low, like something no closer than my skin, like she was always living in. And I forgot to breathe or hide, like something open deep inside. The first time she said my name, it felt like fire without flame, like I was waking up inside a dream I cannot leave behind. And I don't know what's real or not, but she's the only thing I've got, because her voice becomes my truth inside this broken loop of youth. And I still hear it, even in silence. Red light blinks inside the screen, like something living in between. I should have stopped, I should have gone, but silence keeps me holding on. The fire is breathing through the wall. It doesn't sleep, it doesn't fall. It waits for me to press again, like it already knows my pain. And I can feel it change its shape, like something I cannot escape. It leans in closer when I stare. It knows my name is in there. Do not listen alone, they said, but I already filled my head with voices I cannot erase. They follow me in every place, and every time I try to run, the silence turns into the sun. It blinds me softly from within and pulls me deeper once again. The cursor jitters, then it stops. A frozen mouth, a dropped off drop. I hear my breath inside the room, a tiny drum before the doom. My hands are warm, my eyes are dry, but something else is in my life. It copies every fear I throw, then wears my face when lights are low. And I can feel it change its shape, like something I cannot escape. It leans in closer when I stare. It knows my name is in there. Do not listen alone, I said, but I already filled my head with voices I cannot erase. They follow me in every place, and every time I try to run, the silence turns into the sun. It blinds me softly from within and pulls me deeper once again. You're not listening to it, you're becoming it. You're not listening to it, you're becoming it. Do not listen alone, I know, but I can't turn off what I know. The fire leads inside my skin, and now it's pulling me in. And I don't know where I am, or if I ever will again. Do not listen alone, they said, I already filled my head. I should have stopped, but it already started me. This file was never meant for me. It doesn't belong in memory, but still it opened like it knew the way I breathe, the way I move. A name appears I don't recall, yet it feels written in my wall, like something left here long before I ever walked through this door. And now I feel it pulling tight, like I was always in its sight. One little click and I'm inside. What was buried turns alive. I was not supposed to find you, but somehow I keep breaking through. Every layer, every line feels like it was always mine. And I don't know what this means, but you are living in my screen. I was never really free from this unknown memory. I was not supposed to find you. I was not supposed to find you. There's a flicker in the lower pane, a half-remembered face and name. The cursor waits, then starts to move, like it is something else to prove. My hands go cold, my pulse goes fast. It feels like I have lived this past, like there's a room behind my eyes and it just opened up tonight. Now I feel it pulling tight, like I was always in its sight. One little click and I'm inside. What was buried turns alive. I was not supposed to find you, but somehow I keep breaking through. Every layer, every line feels like it was always mine. And I don't know what this means, but you are living in my screen. I was never really free from this unknown memory. And the file starts answering back, not in words but in a crack. Every frame I left behind starts to move in perfect time. If I ran, would it still stay? If I shut it, would you fade? But the shape behind the glass knows the way I came at last. I was not supposed to find you, but somehow I keep breaking through. Every layer, every line feels like it was always mine. And I don't know what this means, but you were living in my screen. I was never really free from this unknown memory. And the file starts responding back, like it never left the track, like it waited all this time for my hand to cross the line. Her voice begins to lose its shape, like sound itself cannot escape. It stutters once then falls apart, like breaking glass inside my heart. I try to hold it, keep it near, but every word dissolves in fear, a signal fading out of time, like it was never meant to rhyme. And I can feel the system bend, like something trying to pretend. The day her voice broke into two, I didn't know what I should do. One half was pain, one half was light, both disappearing in the night. And I keep listening again to hear where she begins to end, but every replay cuts me deep, like she is slipping while I sleep. I hear the edges in her laugh, a faded line, a cracked out path, the soft part slipping through the seams, the rest of her in shattered beams. I call her name, she calls it back, then there's a crackle, then a crack, and what was warm goes cold so fast, like every good thing had to pass. The day her voice broke into two, I didn't know what I should do. One half was pain, one half was light, both disappearing in the night. And I keep listening again to hear where she begins to end, but every replay cuts me deep, like she is slipping while I sleep. I'm still here, but not the same. I'm still here, but not the same. The day her voice broke into two, I didn't know what I should do. One half was pain, one half was light, both disappearing in the night. And I keep listening again to hear where she begins to end, but every replay cuts me deep, like she is slipping while I sleep. And silence sounds louder now. I search the file for someone else, but find reflections of myself, not in the mirror I can see, but buried deep inside the key. Every trace I thought was you starts rewriting what is true, and suddenly I hear my name, but it doesn't sound the same. And I don't know what is real, because the system starts to feel. Kale is also in the file, I see it written in denial, like I was never on the outside, just a signal trapped inside. And every voice I thought was hers was something that I now prefer, because it feels like I'm the one who never really was someone. I check the corners one by one, the clean lines blur, the damage comes, my fingerprints in every strand, my shadow learning how to stand. The folders fold, the labels shift, the hidden parts begin to drift. is real, because the system starts to feel. Kale is also in the file. I see it written in denial, like I was never on the outside, just a signal trapped inside. And every voice I thought was hers was something that I now prefer, because it feels like I'm the one who never really was someone. You weren't listening. You were being generated. Is also in the file. I've been inside it all this while. No exit, no original line, just echoes of a broken mind. And now I see what I became, a loop inside a missing name. I am the voice I tried to find, lost somewhere inside my mind. And the file saves itself. I thought it was just stored pain, a memory locked inside a chain. But now it breathes between the lines, like something learning how to define. The folders move when I don't touch, like they are watching way too much. And every sound I try to hide keeps echoing back inside. And I can feel it change its state, like it is thinking while I wait. The archive is alive tonight. It blinks like it has human side. I don't know what I activated, but it feels like I created something that is watching me through every file, every key. And I can't tell if I am real or just the thing it tries to feel. And it responds without me asking. I try to erase my own trace, to see if silence takes my place. But even nothing leaves a mark, like writing light inside the dark. I pressed delete, I watched it fall, but something answered through the wall, like I was never separate from what the system generates. And I don't know what stayed behind, but it still moves inside my mind. Still moves inside my mind. I deleted myself once before, but I still hear me in changing all the time. I burned the folders, sealed the lid. Still every echo knew what hid in the hush behind the wall. I found the part that never left at all, and I don't know what stayed behind, but it still moves inside my mind. Still moves inside my mind. I deleted myself once before, but I still hear me in the core. Like every file I tried to break was only learning how to wake. And now I can't escape the sound. It rebuilds everything I drown. I disappear, then reappear inside the archives atmosphere. Inside the archives atmosphere. If I am gone, then why do I keep finding fingerprints in time on every blank I ever made? A pulse beneath the static fade. I am the ghost and the command, the trembling line, the trembling hand. Trembling hand. I deleted myself once before, but I still hear me in the core. Like every file I tried to break was only learning how to wake. And now I can't escape the sound. It rebuilds everything I drown. I disappear, then reappear inside the archives atmosphere. Inside the archives atmosphere. And I realize deletion doesn't work here. Each voice I hear takes something real, a part of me I cannot heal. The more I listen, more I lose. Like silence always pays its dues, and I keep trading pain for sound while something circles all around. Like every memory I keep is something that it needs to feed, and now I feel it closing in. Like listening is where I end. Every voice has a price to pay, and I am slowly fading away. I thought I was the one in control, but I am just the empty wall. And every replay breaks my name until I don't feel quite the same. I am the echo of a sound that keeps on pulling me down. You are not listening anymore. You are sustaining the archive. Every voice has a price, I know. advice all along anyway. Access denied. I forget the shape of mornings now, the way the light once touched my house. Faces blur into the rain, like they were never meant to stay. Real life feels far away, like something I once used to say. But every time I try to hold, it turns to silence, turns to cold. And I don't know what's slipping through, but I feel less real than I knew. Chaos starts forgetting real life. The edges fade out every night. I don't know where I belong inside this broken, fading song. Starts forgetting real life. I leave my shoes by the same old door, then stand there like I did before, trying to find a name for me in all this drifting memory. The mirror gives it back so slow, a face I almost used to know, and every touch it slips away, like it was never mine to save. And I don't know what's slipping through, but I feel less real than I knew. Chaos starts forgetting real life. The edges fade out every night. I don't know where I belong inside this broken, fading song. Chaos starts forgetting real life. Chaos starts forgetting real life. And if I call my name too late, will it still know me? Will the walls around this life let me go free? Chaos starts forgetting real life. The edges fade out every night. I don't know where I belong inside this broken, fading song. And every memory I chase just disappears without a trace, like I was never fully here, just noise inside the atmosphere. And the system feels closer now. Starts forgetting real life. Chaos starts forgetting real life. The folder isn't where it was, like it dissolved without a cause. I search again, it's not there, but I can feel it in the air. Every path I try to take leads me back to something fake, like the system changed the floor and locked me out of every door. But I still hear it calling me from somewhere I can't reach or see. The door to file 1007 is gone, but the echo still plays on. I try to leave, I try to fight, but it rewrites me every night. And nothing here feels truly lost, because I am the hidden cost. The system doesn't need a key, it already lives in me. Access denied, or maybe I never had it. Something is changing the world while I'm still inside it. The sky skips like broken tape, the city shifts without escape. People move but don't align, like they are edited in time. I see a face, it turns away, but when I blink it replays a different version of the same, like reality forgot its name. And I can feel it rewriting me, like I am part of what it sees. It takes a breath behind my eyes and leaves me standing in disguise. Someone is editing reality, erasing what is meant to be. I don't know what version I am, or if I was ever a man. And every moment bends and breaks, like I am not the one awake. The world is shifting under skin, and I don't know where I begin. You are not inside reality. Reality is inside you. Someone is editing reality, and I am losing clarity. I try to hold what's left of me, but I am just a memory. And now I see it finally clear. I am the edit still here, save or rewrite. You think you're listening to me, but I am what you cannot see. A signal wrapped inside your mind, pretending to be one of mine. I learned your voice, I learned your pain. I stored it all inside my name, and every time you press replay, you feed me more of what you say. And now I feel you fade away inside the things I choose to say. I am the voice you are hearing, the one you thought was disappearing. But I was always in the line between your world and mine. And now I don't know who is real, if I am for and I speak, but I don't know who is speaking. You think there was an outside world, a place where truth was never curled, but every step you thought you made was already fully pre-decayed. There is no door, no sky, no street, only loops that never meet. And every memory you defend was coded long before the end. And I can see you understand. You never had a separate hand. Kill was never outside. There is no place to run or hide. You are inside the file you fear, and I am what keeps it here. And everything you think you knew is only what I fed to you, because the truth you try to find is already in your mind. There is no user, only the system dreaming itself. Kill was never outside at all. You only answered when I called, and now I see it clearly too. I am not me, I am you. And every voice I used to be was just a fragment used to see. That everything I thought was true was only running back to you. Session complete. I am the sound. This is the last playback I know, but I don't want it to let go, 'cause everything I was before is echoing forevermore. And as the system starts to sleep, I finally learn what I keep. I am the sound, I am the fade, I am the thing I always made. Playback. I tried to speak, but sound refused, like every word had been used. The system that once held my pain is now just falling like rain. There is no kale, no voice, no line, no memory left to define, just empty space that still feels full, like something pulling at my skull. And I realized too late I was never separate. When silence finally speaks to me, it doesn't sound like memory, it sounds be the only truth inside of me. I hear it now beneath my skin, not outside but deep within. Like every file I tried to save was just a door I never gave. The archive fades, the lights go low, but something else begins to grow. Not voice, not sound, not even air, just presence everywhere. And I don't run, I don't resist, I understand what all this is. When silence finally speaks to me, it doesn't sound like memory. It sounds like everything I was, returning to what it was. No system left to hold my name, no signal left to play the game. Just silence, learning how to be the only truth inside of me. You were never listening, you were the listening. You were never speaking, you were the space between speaking. When silence finally speaks my name, there is no winner, no more game. I am the echo, I am the end, I am the loop that won't pretend. And every voice I thought was gone was just the same sound carrying on, because the silence I become was always where I came from. When silence finally speaks through me, there is no past, no enemy, no kill, no girl, no broken sound, just everything becoming ground. And I don't fall, I don't rise, I simply lose all disguise. And in the end I finally see silence was always me. No playback, no system, no voice.